Baltimore has dropped 5 of its last 7 season openers, but this year they welcome Kansas City off of a 2-14 season. Hey, how are you folks? Jason Horowitz, NFL.com's Pat Kirwan. Glad to be with you on the NFL Preview Show, presented by Tyson Anytizers. And Pat, there's two completely different expectation levels for these two teams heading into the season.
Oh, yeah, Kansas City's in a full-blown rebuild, and they're not even close to being ready to compete against a team like Baltimore. And then to go on the road with issues at quarterback, we're not even sure that Matt can play. If I were the Kansas City Chiefs, I wouldn't play Matt. He was sacked 47 times last year against a much better line in New England. The way the Ravens play at home, and they're so stingy on defense and very, very aggressive on defense, I think it's going to be a long day for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Matt Castle coming off the sprained MCL from preseason, limited in practice on Wednesday. He'll be listed as questionable when the injury report comes out on Friday. That offense, Pat, was, I guess putrid is a decent word to use for Kansas City last year. There's a lot of changes, but one of them's not really good, the fact that Tony Gonzalez isn't there anymore.
Without Tony Gonzalez, the running game is going to shrivel up a little bit because Tony Gonzalez forced teams into things that you didn't want to do, and you knew you would be unsound against the run, but you were afraid of Tony Gonzalez. Without him, you can play Larry Johnson straight out. I think Larry Johnson's the last guy to get 100 yards rushing.
He is.
Against the Baltimore Ravens. He will not be getting 100 yards against Ray Lewis and guys. You know, and they have to replace Bart Scott, which is fine. Tavares Gooden, pretty good in coverage. Talked to John Harbaugh yesterday. They like him in coverage. Remains to be seen if he can play well against the run.
Larry Johnson, December 10th, 2006, the span of 35 games without giving up a 100-yard rusher. Moved to the other side for Baltimore. Joe Flacco, first rookie to ever win 2 playoff games. Second season, first game of that second season. What do you expect?
I like Joe Flacco now. I think this guy is taking the next step. I don't think there's a sophomore jinx. I wish he had another big-time receiving threat. I wish he had a Dwayne Bowe on his football team to take advantage of that deep arm strength he has. They still can't tap into that resource, but these guys can run the football. They have a tremendous offensive line, a young offensive line. They're all excited about Michael Lord down there at right tackle to go along with Jared Gaither on the left side. Look for this team to really run the ball against Kansas City, who's trying to get into a 34 defense, and I think they'll struggle, especially in the linebacker area.
They've made some changes. Mike Vrabel's one of those guys that they brought in from Kansas City. Tyson Jackson, the number 3 overall pick, is also here and trying to fix that 3-4 defense, or at least get it in there. You like Kansas City? A fully upset here, Pat?
I do not. You asked that question. You and I will be watching this game together at CBS, and I'm pretty sure we'll be done with it by halftime.
All right, well, if that's the case, you should still watch the game after halftime. For more on this one, be sure to stay with CBSSports.com. It's a 1 p.m. Eastern kick, again, on CBS. And that'll do it for the NFL Preview Show, presented by Tyson Anytizers, the meaty Good Man Snack. For Pat Kirwan, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care, folks.